Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. You're watching Emo Nightly News every moment online. In tonight's news headlines, Prime Minister and education officials tour National Center of Excellence for TVET construction site. UWP leader calls for unity and national renewal amid party discussions. Prime Minister Gaston Brown supports Caribbean Heads of Government meeting 2026 Buttercup Mural Project. CADI hosts high-level international delegation to strengthen agricultural cooperation. Anti-immigration violence erupts in Northern Ireland following knife attack. St. Lucia to host 19th CARICOM Road Run Walk. And Dominica Olympic Committee launches Olympic Day School Outreach Program. Details of these stories and more coming up next. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is a news broadcast for the 10th of June, 2026. In local news this evening, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, accompanied by officials from the Ministry of Education, toured the construction site of the National Center of Excellence for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, also known as TVET, on Tuesday afternoon. During the visit, a representative of the construction team providing an overview of the facility, outlining its key features, including the number of classrooms and specialized training spaces that will support technical and vocational education in Dominica.
Between 500 to 600 students. The land area is approximately 5,773 square meters, and the construction area is approximately 6,247 square meters. The construction includes teaching and teaching auxiliary rooms, office space, living quarters, a photovoltaic power generation system, a 4,000-gallon water tank, a campus broadcasting system, a perimeter wall, a parking lot, and outdoor activity areas, including supporting furniture and equipment. The main functional rooms include 18 ordinary classrooms, 2 computer classrooms, 1 computer preparation room, 1 office for humanistic care, 1 library, 1 special classroom, 1 biochemistry laboratory, 1 experimental preparation room, 1 physics science laboratory, 1 technical drawing classroom, 1 multi-purpose hall, 1 ancillary room for the multi-purpose hall, 2 offices for the principal and vice principal, 3 infirmaries, 2 teacher offices, 1 staff lounge, 1 construction technology classroom, 1 domestic training classroom, 1 refrigeration and air conditioning classroom, 1 consultation and counseling room, 1 duty room, 1 fashion design classroom, 1 drama arts classroom, 1 performing arts classroom, 1 dining hall, 1 preparation room, 1 cooking classroom, 1 water control. The total number of these rooms is 50.
Speaking to members of the media, Prime Minister Skerrit highlighted his government's continued investment in education, describing it as a national priority and emphasizing the importance of providing modern learning environments for students.
Work is progressing very well and very satisfactorily. This is a huge structure that has taken into consideration a number of very crucial elements, the classroom sizes, the various labs, library, and of course the computer room, IT room, Also, physical education is crucial, and the space didn't allow for the usual type facility, but certainly the design has taken that into consideration, and we have created enough space for all of the necessary sports, basketball, netball, volleyball, to take place on the first floor. And of course, the students will have, for other sports, the presence of the Pottersville playing field. And of course, we'll look forward to the completion of the school. This is one of the 6 schools that are under construction. We have in the Thibault Primary School, the Bellevue Chopin Primary School, Sineku Primary. We have the Tetmon Primary, and then we have the Kalibishi Primary. All of the structures have been completed. Internal works are taking place at the various schools. You can see tiling, painting. All of the electricals are in place. All of the plumbing is in place. It's a matter of just putting the fixtures. So things are looking up.
The Prime Minister also expressed gratitude to the government and people of China for their ongoing support in the construction of schools and educational facilities across Dominica.
And so I want to thank the government of China for this gift of 6 schools, 5 primary and 1 secondary. And of course, one can appreciate the amount of money that the government of China is saving us, because otherwise we would have had to find the monies ourselves. And more than likely would have had to take a loan from an international financial institution to build those schools. So they're really saving us over $100 million of debt, and monies that we can now use in other areas of the economy, other areas of social development, so that we can be further than how we would have otherwise been if we were to rely only on ourselves to do these things.
Minister for Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training, and National Excellence, Honorable Octavia Alfred, also delivered brief remarks during the tour.
This afternoon is an opportunity for us because we have been working very closely with the contractor. So the contractor is in our office at 7:30 almost every Monday. And we say every stage we need to see what's going on. So one of the main objectives of being here this afternoon was to actually look at what a classroom would look like and to look at some of the materials that we are using. As you would know, some of these schools, they are located close to the sea, so it's important for us what kind of material we use. And we spent a long time going through catalogs and looking at samples, and it's like, before we move on, let us see what it will look like. We are satisfied with the relationship. We are grateful to the People's Republic of China for investing in our human resource. When people invest in education, they invest in your human resource. When people invest in your human resource, you know that they're very interested in what's going on with you. I'm very excited about what will happen in this building. It will be everybody going back to school, no matter your age or your stage. It will be building the spirit of nationhood, not just building your country with all your heart, but with your hands. When we talk about resilience, we also talk about plumbers who will build to last. We talk about people who will be there, and we can say right after the hurricane, the internet and the geothermal was still running. And that is what we're interested in. And a number of people are looking forward to what will be going on here. All of the projects are supposed to be completed by November, by the end of November this year. And if everything goes well, we are hoping that this will hold. In some cases, we are a little in advance of the timeline, so we look forward. The students who are anticipating the reopening, not just students, but everybody who is looking forward, what we are saying is make the best of where you are now in preparation for where that will offer you to be. It's not just about the students who are looking back to being here, it's about everybody. It's about people who are already working in skills, but they are not certified. We hope they'll get the opportunity to attend like a crash program and be certified, because now, no matter how well you can perform in a skill, you have to have a certificate to show that you have mastered certain competencies in that skill. So it's not just about the students, who will be here, but it's about the adults who need to get certified. It's about people who can change their passion into a profession. It's about people who can use their hobby to make a money or save a money. It's about all of us in building Dominica.
According to Minister Alfred, construction of the National Center of Excellence for TVET is progressing steadily, and the facility is expected to be completed by November 2026. Once completed, the center is expected to play a significant role in expanding technical and vocational training opportunities and equipping students with skills needed for employment and entrepreneurship. At a press conference held earlier today, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit called on Dominicans to take full advantage of the Dominica Community Resilience and Enhancement Project, DOMCREP, describing it as an important initiative aimed at improving communities and creating opportunities for citizens.
I want to use this forum to draw attention to a major project launched last week, because I think it is a huge opportunity for our people. The Dominica Community Resilience Enhancement Project, known as DOMCREP, is a $70.2 million investment in the resilience of our people, our communities, and our agricultural sector. This project represents another significant milestone in Dominica's resilience journey. Over the years, we have invested heavily in resilient housing, roads, bridges, healthcare facilities, schools, renewable energy, and disaster preparedness systems. DOMCREP builds on these efforts by ensuring that the people most vulnerable to the impacts of climate change are better equipped to adapt, recover, and thrive. Funded by the Green Climate Fund and implemented in partnership with the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, the project will directly benefit more than 8,000 people across 8 vulnerable communities. More than 520 farmers and agro-processors will receive support through climate-smart technologies, irrigation systems, greenhouses, and other interventions designed to strengthen food security and increase agricultural productivity, and of course, put more money in the pockets of the farmers. The project will also improve water security, strengthen emergency preparedness, and enhance community resilience to extreme weather events. I want to encourage residents of the participating communities, farmers, agro-processors, community organizations, women, and young people to actively engage in the opportunities that will become available through this project.
The Prime Minister emphasized the significance of the program, noting that it is designed to support community development, strengthen resilience, and improve the quality of life for residents across the island. He encouraged individuals, community groups, and stakeholders to participate actively and benefit from the opportunities being made available through the project.
The success of DOMCREP will depend on the willingness of communities to participate, collaborate, and take ownership of these initiatives. DOMCREP is an investment in people. It is an investment in food security, economic opportunity, and community resilience. More importantly, it is an investment in the future, where our communities are stronger, more self-reliant, and better prepared to face the challenges of a changing climate. The government of Dominica is also working with the 5 Cs on 2 proposals totaling $187 million. And some of those funds will go directly towards addressing a lot of slope edge failures, especially in the Bells area. And of course, we will speak to those details as time.
The DOMCREP initiative forms part of the government's broader efforts to promote sustainable development, empower communities, and enhance infrastructure and social services throughout Dominica. The Discover Dominica Authority is inviting tourism stakeholders, wellness practitioners, entrepreneurs, students, and members of the public to a panel discussion on the growing opportunities within Dominica's wellness tourism sector. The event, titled Wellness Tourism in Dominica, a destination that benefits everyone, will be held on Thursday, June 11 from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Jungle Bay Resort and Spa as part of the 2026 Tourism Awareness Program under the theme Wellness by Nature. Product Promotions Manager at the Discover Dominica Authority, Odile John Baptist, says wellness tourism in Dominica extends far beyond spas and retreats.
When people think about wellness, they often think about spas and retreats. In Dominica, wellness can also be found in our rivers, hot springs, local foods, traditional practices, and the ways we connect with nature.
The panel will bring together wellness practitioners, tourism professionals, and industry leaders to discuss how Dominica's natural environment, traditional knowledge, wellness practices, and locally produced goods can support entrepreneurship, community development, and sustainable tourism growth. Featured panelists include Dr. Paula Lockhart, Marva Williams, Ellen Joseph, Antonia Okinina, and Renaud Deschamps. The discussion will be moderated by Communications and Public Relations Specialist Monel Alexis. The Discover Dominica Authority says the Tourism Awareness Program aims to increase public understanding of tourism's contribution to national development while encouraging greater participation in the sector. Leader of the United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, has addressed the nation following recent discussions surrounding the party on traditional and social media. Dr. Fontaine said Dominica is at a critical crossroad and stressed the need for renewed focus, fresh energy, and a clear vision for the country's future.
After more than 25 years under the current administration, it is evident to many that our country is in need of renewed focus, fresh energy, and a clear path forward. Too many of our people are struggling. Too many opportunities have been missed. And too often, the national interest has taken a backseat to political survival.
Dr. Fontaine stated that while differing views are a normal part of democracy, distractions and division should not derail efforts to address the country's economic and social challenges. He said the United Workers' Party is prepared to offer solutions and provide responsible leadership with a focus on accountability and good governance.
The United Workers' Party stands as a responsible, prepared, and determined opposition, ready not merely to criticize, but to lead, not merely to point out problems, but to implement solutions. Our mission is not rooted in division, but in the urgent need to restore balance, accountability, and purpose in the governance of Dominica.
The UWP leader also highlighted the party's proposed 10 pillars to shared economic prosperity, which includes plans to revitalize agriculture, strengthen manufacturing, commercialize the water industry, reform the tax system, and reduce the high cost of living.
Our party has proposed the 10 pillars to shared economic prosperity for all Dominicans. It is a plan rooted in the resuscitating of the agriculture sector, developing a robust manufacturing sector, commercializing the water industry, fixing our tax system, and providing relief to the high cost of living, among other initiatives.
Dr. Fontaine urged supporters to remain calm, disciplined, and focused, saying the strength of the party lies in its vision, credibility, and unity rather than political confrontation. He also called for greater national cooperation and encouraged all Dominicans to focus on the country's development.
I urge calm, discipline, and focus. We must remain grounded in our purpose and not be sidetracked by provocation. The strength of our movement lies not in noise, but in vision, credibility, and unity. This is not a moment for political gamesmanship. This is a moment for national renewal. The task before us is to restore confidence in leadership, create real economic opportunity, empower our young people, and ensure that every Dominican feels seen, heard, and supported. I call on all right-thinking Dominicans to join us in focusing on the greater good. If we genuinely love our country, then we should be prepared to sacrifice for her.
In his address, Dr. Fontaine extended what he described as an olive branch to disaffected members of the United Workers' Party, inviting them to engage in dialogue and work together to strengthen the organization. He said the party remains committed to bringing people together in the interest of Dominica and called on citizens to put aside personal differences and focus on creating opportunities for future generations.
Over the past few months, the leadership of the party has worked relentlessly to bridge any semblance of division and to get everyone working together. It is in that same spirit that I want particularly to extend an olive branch to all disaffected members of the United Workers' Party to come together in a conscious effort to trash out any issues that continue to fester. I do not pretend to be a perfect servant, but I'm a public servant committed to taking all ideas on board. The United Workers' Party, under my leadership, is ready to do the work of rescuing Dominica. But true progress will require all of us, supporters, critics, and undecided citizens alike, to come together in the best interest of our country. Let us rise above division, let us demand better, and let us work together to secure a stronger future for Dominica.
Dr. Fontaine concluded by expressing confidence that Dominicans can work together to build a stronger economy and a brighter future for the country. And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next.
Celebrate this Father's Day with us on Saturday, June 20th. It's game time at Blast Bistro.
Father's Day special idea.
Bring dad or step up as dad in the father and son or father versus father domino showdown. Starting 5 p.m. sharp, enjoy live sports, old school hits, and pure Caribbean vibes. Grab the daddy combo. 6 beers, 8 wings for just $50.
Grab it.
Plus, shots 2 for $10, rum punch specials, and beer buckets with prizes to be won.
Prizes too.
Don't miss the action, only at Blast Bistro. Come for the game, stay for the life.
I am that.
And now for regional news. Cardi welcomed a high-level international delegation on Monday to discuss agricultural innovation, food security, and regional cooperation. Officials from IICA and Brazil met with Cardi leaders to explore opportunities for stronger collaboration and reviewed successful joint projects, including improved crop varieties and commercial soybean production. The delegation also received a demonstration of Cardi's digital technology used to detect the South American palm weevil, helping to protect the region's coconut and palm industries. Cardi says the visit highlights a shared commitment to building a more sustainable and food-secure future for the Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago, in collaboration with CARICOM Impacts and the United States, has launched a 5-day regional workshop focused on tackling illegal firearms trafficking across the Caribbean. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Defense Minister Wayne Sturge highlighted the role of illicit firearms in fueling gang violence and organized crime, while U.S. officials emphasized the importance of intelligence sharing and joint training. The workshop aims to strengthen regional capacity to investigate and prosecute firearms trafficking offenses and enhance CARICOM's collective response to emerging security threats. Finally, in regional news, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Honorable Gaston Brown, visited the COGEM 2026 Buttercup mural on Friday, June 5, and proudly added his own buttercup to the growing artwork. showing support for the unique community-driven initiative. The mural, led by artistic director Calvin Pilgrim and Stacey Russell and coordinated by the National COGEM 2026 Secretariat, is being created with the support of Good Humans 268, volunteers, and contributors from across the country. As Antigua and Barbuda prepares to host the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, COGEM 2026, the mural is serving as a symbol of national unity, creativity, and community spirit. Each buttercup added represents the collective contribution of citizens working together to create a lasting legacy for the nation. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news coming up next. News. Anti-immigrant protesters in the UK have taken to the streets on Tuesday after a 30-year-old man, believed to be from Sudan, was charged with attempted murder following a knife attack in Northern Ireland that Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned as horrific. Mass crowds gathered in various parts of Belfast on Tuesday evening, setting houses, a bus, cars, and barricades on fire. Social media video shows homes in the Northern Ireland capital engulfed in flames as an emergency vehicle and firefighters run down the street. Tensions also boiled over in the neighboring town of Newtown Abbey, where protesters set 2 cars alight, and in Kilkeel, where another car was set on fire. Protests have also been reported across the water in other cities in England, Wales, and Scotland. South African police have launched a manhunt after a deadly mass shooting claimed the lives of 12 people in Johannesburg. Authorities say at least 10 heavily armed suspects entered the Jumpers informal settlement in Cleveland late Tuesday night and opened fire before fleeing the scene in a white vehicle. 9 other people were injured in what police have described as a heartless and barbaric attack. No arrests have been made, and investigators are pursuing multiple leads as they work to determine a motive. Residents believe the violence may be connected to an ongoing turf war involving illegal mining groups operating in the area. Illegal mining has become an increasing concern in South Africa, where shootings in informal settlements are often linked to gang activity, territorial disputes, and personal conflicts. Police say investigations are continuing as the search for the suspects intensifies. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment coming up next.
New game in town. Get ready to match 5 and you can win 10K. Let's go. Play with just $2. Match 5 numbers from 1 to 29 to win. Draws every Wednesday and Saturday at 9 p.m. It's easy, fun, and local. Match 5, your local jackpot game. Dominican National Lottery.
Welcome to the sports segment. The Dominica Olympic Committee has launched its Olympic Day School Outreach Program in partnership with the Ministry of Education and national federations. Throughout June, students across the island will learn about the Olympic values of excellence, respect, and friendship, while exploring the educational, health, leadership, and career opportunities available through sport. The initiative aims to inspire and empower young people through sport and physical activity. The committee has thanked the Ministry of Education, participating schools, athletes, coaches, and volunteers for their support in making the program a success. Professional and amateur athletes from across the Caribbean will gather in St. Lucia on July 5 for the 19th CARICOM Road Run Walk, a featured event of the 51st CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. The event begins at 6:30 a.m. in Grosley, with participants competing in the Elite 10K, Open 10K, Open 5K Run, and Open 5K Walk. Persons with disabilities are also encouraged to take part in the 5K events. The Road Run Walk promotes healthy lifestyles and raises awareness of non-communicable diseases across the region. CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett says the event reflects the region's commitment to healthier living. Cash prizes will be awarded in the Elite 10K race, while trophies and special recognitions will be presented in the 5K categories. The event is being hosted under the chairmanship of St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre and coordinated by the CARICOM Secretariat and St. Lucia's Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. Also in sports this evening, 3 overseas-based members of Antigua and Barbuda's under-20 football team returned home on June 9 ahead of the 2026 CONCACAF Under-20 Championship in Mexico. Captain Keontae George, Conroy Brown, and Marco Michael received an unexpected boost when they met Syrian football star Omar Al-Somah at VC Bird International Airport. Al-Somah praised the young players and expressed interest in helping connect Antiguan talent with clubs in the Middle East. Antigua and Barbuda is one of 12 teams to qualify for the championship and the only ECCU nation in the tournament. The team will face Mexico, Guatemala, and Costa Rica in group stage action as they seek a place in the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. The full squad departs on July 2 for its final preparations ahead of the tournament in Mexico. And to wrap up the sports segment this evening, tennis legend Serena Williams made a winning return to professional tennis on Tuesday, securing a straight sets doubles victory at the HSBC Championships in London after a 4-year absence from the sport. The 44-year-old, partnering with Canadian teenager Victoria Mboko, defeated their opponents 7-6, 6-2 in the opening round and advanced to the quarterfinals. Williams, a 23-time Grand Slam singles champion, is now set to continue her comeback campaign as she and Mboko prepare for the next match. And that's all for the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report coming up next.
Good day to you. This is the weather broadcast from the Mayor Studio at Jimmy for today, June 10th, 2026. We're starting off today for satellite imagery, and as some weak moisture and instability lingered following the passage of a surface trough during the late night to early morning hours, we woke up to quite a bit of cloudiness across the area today. However, as the morning progressed, we saw a reduction in cloudiness, and right now, as we move into the afternoon, just a few cloud elements are moving across the island, resulting in partly cloudy to cloudy skies. And as we move on now to our radar imagery, it indicated a few showers during the early morning hours, particularly in eastern communities. And again, as the morning progressed, we saw a reduction in shower activity with just some isolated pockets across the area at this time. We are also observing some slight Saharan dust. We do have this dust plume, which is approaching the Lesser Antilles. We expect the concentrations to increase tonight into tomorrow. Therefore, those of you with asthma or other respiratory sensitivities, we are asking you to take precautions to avoid complications. By Friday, we do anticipate the dust concentrations to begin decreasing and for just some slight haze to persist by Saturday. So tonight, the high pressure system is expected to be in place, resulting in relatively dry conditions. Some brief showers expected under occasionally cloudy skies. Temperatures are expected to be relatively warm, peaking or down to about 25 degrees Celsius in western communities, and of course cooler in the interior, down to about 22 degrees Celsius. Winds peaking to about 30 kilometers out of the east-southeast. So looking ahead over the next 3 days, tomorrow Thursday, we do have a yellow alert for weather for the dust haze concentrations. We're expecting to increase into tomorrow under partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy skies. Just a few brief showers expected as the dust haze continues to limit shower activity. Similar conditions are expected into Friday, occasionally cloudy skies, so the dust haze concentrations are expected to begin decreasing by then. On Saturday, we do expect an uptick in winds, peaking to about 40 kilometers per hour with higher gusts, and we do expect more frequent passing showers by then. Some slight dust is expected to linger. Temperatures are expected to remain warm, particularly into tomorrow. We do have a yellow alert for possible temperatures picking up to about 33 degrees Celsius in western communities on Thursday. Presently in the marine environment, our seas are peaking to about 7 feet in eastern coastal waters, and we expect this to persist into Friday and Saturday as well. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:34 a.m. and will set at 6:36 p.m. The first high tide tomorrow will be at 12:58 p.m. and the first low tide at 6:32 a.m. Remember, the hurricane season is here. To continue to plan and to prepare. Stay updated with current information. You can join us in our WhatsApp channel for this, or visit our Facebook or Instagram platforms at Dominica Met. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time.
And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 10th of June 2026. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and on behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This has been Emo Nightly News, every moment online. Have a good night.